Good evening, Googlers. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. My name is Georgina, and I am the leader for GEG Man. And I'm super excited today to introduce our very special guest, Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining. We are so excited to have your session today. So did you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Nikki Laverne. I am from Louisiana.
We're excited today.
Oh, sorry. Hold up. It came on at the same time. Sorry. So I am from Louisiana in the U.S. I am super excited to be here. I know that it is nighttime over there. It is morning time over here. I hear that you guys are big Pepsi drinkers, so cheers. We're going to get through with our Pepsi this morning. I am the instructional facilitator for Livingston Parish. So I train teachers on how to do some things. I did teach in the classroom for 11 years. Wow. So I miss it very much. So I love having students this way.
No, that's awesome. And we're so excited to have your expertise. Nikki, I actually watched your show when you were doing a live event with your GEG. And what is the name of your GEG that you're currently representing this evening?
It's South Louisiana GEG.
Woo! Very exciting. Yeah, so that's cool. So I actually had the pleasure of watching your webinar with them, and I said, wow, we so could benefit from your expertise down here in Jordan. So thank you for joining us across time zones.
So excited.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So please, for our viewers, if you're joining us in the chat, I see that a few of you have shared your name with us. Please let us know where you're joining from this evening, and if you would like to drop your Twitter handle so that we can all connect together. So shout out to Mohammed. Mohammed is joining us from Pakistan. And Ahmed is from GEG Amman. So hi Ahmed, ahlan wa sahlan from Amman, Jordan. Stacy's in the house joining us from, I don't remember where Stacy's from. She will tell us though. She's gonna drop it in the chat. I know Stacy will be back. And Stephanie's here from Ohio. And Darren is joining us also from, I think he's going to drop it in the chat as well. So yeah, let us know where you're calling from, and that will be wonderful. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to hand the stage over to the lovely Nikki, who has some really exciting things to share. I have gone ahead and dropped, guys, just before I give it to Nikki, the link in the chat so that you can join us on the agenda for today, so that you can go ahead and get a hold of Nikki's slide deck and her presentation and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat just in case. There you go. All right, so Stacy says she's joining us from Southern California. Ooh, is it warm over there in California, Stacy? Oh, and Nikki, maybe you know Sheila. Sheila's joining us from Walker, Louisiana. I don't know if that's close to where you are.
Sheila, yes!
Yay! So we have people from everywhere. This is awesome. Okay, great. Well, without further ado, Nikki, I am going to hand over the awesome stage to you, and please take it away.
Okay. Here we go. All right. So, interactive classrooms have kind of blown up a little bit over the last month, especially since everybody's been sent home, and I have jumped right on that train, and it has been a ride. It has been so fun to see. At first, it just started off as being kind of cute, and then it has turned into something that's really functional inside and outside of the classroom. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run you guys through what it is, where you can use it. We're going to build one together, and then I have a lot of different resources to kind of help you enhance your whole classroom. So here's my introduction slide. This is interactive, so everything on here is clickable, and that's what makes it an interactive classroom. The clock, you click on it, and it's going to bring me to an interactive clock. The books, you click on them, it's going to bring you to a reading of the books. One really cool way that you could use this in your classroom is, you know, your younger students can read books, and you can have a video of them reading a book. It can be different staff members reading the books that you post. If we get sent home again, or if we're not able to start school like we think we will, it's a really good opportunity to have that face-to-face and have a level of connection, which is something that I know is lacking when you're not seeing them every single day. So this kind of helps keep that interaction going. Up here, we've got Discovery Ed. We have the little, I forgot what that's called, Newton's Cradle, a lava lamp. So we're gonna build one today. You can see the fish aquarium takes you to a live, well, it was live, fish aquarium. It's just fun stuff on this front slide. And when you get a copy of this presentation, feel free to use any of this. Take the links. For the older kids, I do have several online books here. Scarlet Letter, Arthur Miller's The Crucible, The Great Gatsby. These three are like my favorite. I loved teaching them, miss teaching them. And so a lot of people have been interested in this movable Bitmoji. This is done in Snapchat app. And on July 2nd, we'll be going over how to do this kind of stuff with the South Louisiana GEG. It was a little more complicated than I actually thought it was gonna be, but it worked out. Not loving her eyes. My husband thinks she's a little much, but we'll work on that. So how to use interactive boards. A lot of teachers say, you know what, these are super cute, but I really don't know where I would use them. So here you go. Whoops. You can use them as an assignment in Google Classroom, in Seesaw, Teams, and lots of other online learning platforms. You can use it to show off your student work, whether it be a link to the Flipgrid videos, it could be their artwork. And there's an example in this slide that I think is amazing. If you're an art teacher, definitely take a look at it. You can do a professional portfolio. Someone had come to me with this idea last week, and I thought it was brilliant. He's got his resume, he's got all of the stuff on that one page, and I was like, genius, I love it. It can be the landing page on your website. You can do virtual field trips and tours. Monthly at-home reading calendar. We've got a few teachers who are doing that. You can build escape rooms, a virtual library, digital planner, and daily agendas. It can be links to your recorded lessons. So if you're doing your Zoom classes, you can just pop a link in there, and it can just be, you can do it calendar style, all kinds of ways to do that. Choice boards, professional development, which is how I would be using it, and more, lots of stuff. One thing I like to do in my classes, my little online classrooms, I have these little things I call Easter eggs, and it's like a hidden resource or hidden information of some sort. And in my previous one, I did Golden Girls because it's like my favorite TV show. But since I was here with Amon Jordan, I decided to make my Easter eggs Amon Jordan themed. So there are, I think, 3, maybe 4 hidden around the slideshow, and I'll give you a clue. I learned a lot doing this. The first one is this flower right here. I think it's the black iris or the purple iris is the national flower. I learned all kinds of stuff about you guys. I think it's really cool. So there's a few hidden around. All right, so before we get into building our own, I do want to let you know that there are a ton already made and that there is no reason to reinvent the wheel. You know, if you find one you like, take the template, use it, and then customize it to what fits you. So here's just a few examples. And when you have this presentation, when you force a copy, clicking on each of these will force a copy to your Google Drive with the exception of this art one. But this one is really cool, library. You can do a virtual library. This one is a Starbucks theme, which I think works really well with your junior high and your high school. You can have up here all kinds of books and you can change them out regularly. I know our public library offers a lot of free online books for those with a student ID. So you can have all of that stuff put in there depending on what your resources are. This one is a music one. This one's probably more elementary, but it has all kinds of music games. And even if you're not a music person, but you like the background, take it. Just take all the music stuff out and put in what you like. PE, we're gonna take a look at one we can build ourselves, but this one's really great and some of the links are really, really good. So even if you don't use the background, you might wanna use the linked objects. Down here is a science lab. Then we have the art show, which this one is really cool. This will not push you a copy, but I thought it was so fantastic. I wanted you guys to be able to see it. And then there's a math one that's different. It's done restaurant themed. Now, all of these templates were created by other people. They share it on this Bitmoji Craze for Educators Facebook group, which is fantastic. They give you so much information. They are a great group of educators. I've learned a lot from them. And I will put stuff in there and say, give me your feedback. And someone will be like, don't love it. And I'm like, okay, now I know. All I did was switch out my Bitmoji. So if you actually go into those, all of the stuff is their stuff. That's what's so great about this, is that they share freely, and that's really nice. We're in a day and age where a lot of people want, you to buy everything, and so it's nice to have free stuff, truly free stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and build one together, just because I want you to walk through the steps and show you that it's really not difficult. They look really cool, they look complicated, but it's as complicated as you want to make it. So we're going to go to slides.google.com. We're going to hit start a new presentation. And what I have is that little star at the top right on that URL bar. Click it and add it to your bookmark. So it's easy to just boop, open it, and then your life is easy after that. If for some reason, we go too fast or you want to go back, all of the steps are in a YouTube tutorial that I have linked later in the presentation. So don't flip out if we're moving too fast or you didn't get something done. I've got that for you. Okay, get out of here. Well, yep, so here we go. And look, these are all my fun links. All right, slides.google.com. All right, so we're going to start a new presentation. Now, I learned this trick. I like to just use one hand to do everything. So here I can click and drag, highlight, and delete, and I love it because I like to hold stuff with my other hand. I don't know what that's about, but do. So just click, drag, and delete everything. So the first step is get our backgrounds. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. I click background, choose image, and I'm going to go to the Google image search. And I'm going to search for wall floor. Okay. Look at all these wall floors I get to choose from. Lots. I'm going to pick this one because it's the one that I used in my previous versions and it's what's on my slideshow. Insert, done. Okay, not a huge pink person on walls. I just find that, I just don't like it. You might love it. I am going to change the wall color by putting in a shape on top of the wall. So now it's white or feeling kind of blue. No, I'm feeling kind of green today. So now I have green wall wood floor. I'm gonna go ahead and Control M, add another one because I want you to see that you don't have to do just wall floor, choose image. I'm gonna search for gym. Not what I meant. Gymnasium. Let's try that. Okay, look, all these gyms that I can use. So if you're doing this for PE, you can do football field, whatever. Here's a gym, insert. And then I can put my Bitmoji here, and then I can put all the different sports things around. It's a pretty open blank gym, so that's nice. Really, whatever subject you teach, you can probably find a background. So chemistry lab. You're gonna get a bunch of different labs like this. You can do it here and go over your lab rules. Here is a cute little cartoony one. There's a lot of options out there. So you're not just restricted to wall floor. You can look for anything. I'm gonna go back to my wall floor though. So next thing I really need is a whiteboard. So for here, I'm gonna go to Insert, Image, and I'm gonna search the web, and I'm gonna type in whiteboard, and then here's the keyword, transparent. Anytime you can, include that transparent word, because that way you don't have to worry about getting rid of the background. And this is the one I like. Drag it over there. Nope. There we go. Okay. So I'll size it down to whatever size I want. I don't need this stuff. And this is where Google's so great. I just get double click and then I'm gonna drag it over and crop. Whoop! I do this every time. I'm gonna drag this over and crop that out. Done. Now I have my whiteboard and it's a beautiful thing. So put that where I want it. Then we're gonna put in some furniture. So let's do a bookcase, transparent. All kinds of different stuff. And you can put shelves, you can look for all kinds of things. I'm gonna go with my bookcase. Size it to where I need it. And you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a beanbag. Beanbag transparent. Insert. And it's humongous. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and change that a little bit. Now, I don't know if any of you guys are doing flexible seating in your classrooms. I know that a lot of us were. We were kind of on that train. So we've got some classes with beanbags in it. So I got my beanbag there. Okay, one question that I was getting a lot of is posters. How do you do posters? Y'all are gonna love how easy this is. Insert image, search the web. Guess I should have thought of something. Fresh for this. Ooh, I like that. Insert. All it is an image that you put in and then you just size it or crop it to look like a poster. It's very easy. There we go. It's humongous. I just want a poster size. So let's say I have an aquarium themed room. And then you can double click on it. And if you wanted to, come up to format options, add a little drop shadow to give it some depth. That stuff you can play with. It's not necessary. Just a rabbit hole that you can crawl into and spend hours doing. So I've got a poster. And then we'll get into this in a minute. I can link that poster. All right, so I've got my different furniture options. Now we want to go ahead and put in our clickable stuff. This is what makes it interactive. So I'm going to insert image. I'm gonna search the web just to see what I can find. I'm gonna do globe transparent. See what I get. Okay. Ooh. See if it actually is transparent. It is. That is why typing in transparent is so glorious. Okay. All right, so I have my globe. I put it on top. I can move it around, whatever, however I need it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hyperlink all of these things so that when your students click on them or whomever, it brings them to whatever website. So I'm going to click on my globe. And then when I do that, I get more options up here. This one right here is this insert link. And I'm going to put in Discovery Ed because that is the discoveryeducation.com. There we go. So now when we present, kids click on it, it's going to bring them to the Discovery Ed login page. You can do that with any online resource that you guys have. It's so easy to do. I can look up a YouTube video on a lionfish and hyperlink it right there so that when they click on that, it'll open up to a lionfish video. I like doing this because this is a cool way to hide in some Easter eggs inside of all the other things that they have to have, just to give them a little more engagement. Engagement is sometimes even in class, much less when they're at home and they've got 1,000 other things that can easily take their attention away. So that's why I kind of like the Easter egg thing, and that's why making these interactive classrooms is so helpful. Okay, so now that we've kind of got the bare bones, we are going to add our Bitmoji. So to do that, you have to have the Bitmoji app on your cell phone. And then to get it onto your websites, you have to have the Bitmoji extension. Finding those is not difficult. It's in the App Store for your phone, and then it's in the Google Chrome Store for your computer. And it's gonna give you this little Bitmoji character guy up here at the top. So I'm gonna click on it. And what's really cool is if you change it in the app, it'll change it immediately on the computer. So I put my hair in braids this morning, and then I changed my Bitmoji character, so now she has braids, and I can go fix her later when I take my hair down or whatever. So I need one sitting. Here she is. She's facing the wrong way, so I just drag her over. And then I'm gonna plop her a little behind right there on the beanbag. She looks a little too big, so there, done. Boop. That simple. And you can even link your Bitmojis. It can go to your resume, it can go to your class website. You can link everything. So it's really, really awesome to do that. Now the trick to this is sharing it properly. I was doing it wrong for a while, and then I learned from that Bitmoji group, they're amazing people, the best way to share it. So go ahead and let's title it Simple Classroom. We're gonna go to File, scroll all the way down to Publish to the Web. And then it's gonna give you a link. It's gonna auto advance slides if you click these things. If you don't click any of those, it's not gonna worry about advancing anything. Then you hit Publish. Am I sure? I am. And then it's gonna give me this link. This is where it's awesome. Copy this link, paste it in, and check it out. The students cannot move anything. Oops. They can't move anything. They can't change anything. They can't edit anything. If they get out of it, it goes away. So that is glorious in that you don't have to worry about students messing with your stuff or anybody else messing with your stuff if you send it to colleagues. And then everything here is linked. So that's the appropriate way to share it. And once I learned that, it made it so much easier and a lot less stressful sharing that kind of stuff out. Okay, so that was pretty simple, right? It wasn't too bad. It goes by kind of quick, but I'm telling you what, it can be a time sucker. You can sit there and you're gonna change your classroom walls, you're gonna put in wallpaper. I have done so much because it just gets addictive. So here are these step-by-step YouTube tutorials. These are about 2 minutes or less. So this is how to create the background, and I'm gonna walk you through the exact same stuff we just did. Add a whiteboard, add some furniture. It's the same thing that I just did, but this is for you to use later in case you have forgotten or you need a refresher, or if you just wanna share it with your other teachers who wanna know how to do this. And if you think of something that you're like, hey, Nikki, I really need some help doing this, I'll create some more stuff. I have already on my list how to do those moving Bitmojis and how to do the header of the classrooms. Yep, I'm gonna make some for those too. All right, some helpful tips. Bitmojis, they are awesome, but sometimes it's really hard to know what to type in. So I've kind of created this little helpful keyword cheat sheet. So if you type in the keyword pose, here are all the different poses that you get. Photo, these are the ones here, because a lot of people want full body, but they can't figure out how to get it. So your keywords are pose or photo. And there are some others, school, smile, sad. Another really cool one, I like the circles. I like the peeking. Tea, all this stuff. Okay, so I usually drink sweet tea. Today I'm drinking Pepsi. What? But I usually drink my sweet tea because that's just what I do. Down here, I took this person's drinking alcohol. I'm not doing that. But I did like that she was splashing out of a glass. So I cropped out the bottom half and then stuck her in my tea. So look, it's me bursting out of tea. There's a lot of fun things that you can do with your Bitmojis. And again, it makes it a little more personal with your kids. So anyway, this is here for you to use. It's linked right here. So you can kind of see what all you need to search for when trying to find the perfect Bitmoji. Another super helpful thing that I have discovered, let me go back to my first page. I want to show you guys. So here's one of my hidden Easter eggs right here. It's this purse. It's one of my Golden Girls ones. You click on it and look, notice that it goes straight to the video. There's no ads, none of that. And how I did that was by going into the URL and inserting this underscore pop-up between the watch and the question mark. And what it will do is it will embed the video and you don't have to worry about ads. Isn't that, I flipping love that. That makes it so much better than having to use other extra websites, which sometimes work and sometimes don't. And then over here, Classroom Screen. I don't know if you've ever heard of Classroom Screen, but it is awesome. And this is how you can use your Bitmoji classroom screen, like your scene in your classroom. Let me see if I can find the background here. Upload my background. There we go. So this is my classroom, and all these things at the bottom are amazing. So you're working in class. All right, guys, we're working. Start now. And then, all right, we're about to finish up. Okay, stop what you're doing. You need to be listening to me. A timer, a stopwatch, a clock, a calendar, work symbols. Y'all, I love classroomscreen.com. I found out about it after I got out of the classroom, and I'm like, I could have done so much with this. Drawing, QR codes, dice. So if you're playing a game, this website is amazing. And now you can use your backgrounds that you've made to like get kids even more familiar with it. So I'm a huge fan of that one. Okay, free templates. Again, do not reinvent the wheel. There's stuff out there for you. This Bitmoji Crates for Educators group, you've heard me talk about it. This link will bring you straight to it, and then you can ask to join and people will let you in. They're sharing like crazy, and all they do is ask that you share as well whenever you create stuff. They give the best advice. They have the greatest stuff. There's a search feature. They give you tutorials. They're amazing. Slides Mania. Huge fan of this one. In fact, some of my slides on this presentation are from these free templates. She just made this one. I'm trying to make something like that forever. Hers is so much better. Look, there's challenge boards. There's game boards, a treasure map. All of this stuff is free, and it's both in Google Slides and PowerPoint. You can also search up here for education, notebook style. Look, all these cute little notebooks, doodles, all of this stuff. It's great, and it's already done. Don't make your life harder. Also on here, the weekly planners and the yearly planners. So if you're having to do stuff online, look, so nice. So huge fan of Slides Mania right there. Slides very similar. Another one is Ditch That Textbook. I really like him. I read his book last year during the summer as kind of like my own personal movie, and I got a lot of good ideas from that. Just how to get away from your typical classroom stuff to incorporate new things. Great. They've got 30 interactive Google Slides for classroom excitement. You can kind of go through. There's a couple in there that I think are really, really good. Adrenaline Rush. This one is one that I plan on reading this summer, but here's what's awesome about this one. In class and outside of class stuff, and it's free. Resources. Digital escape rooms. Look, escape the Google form. You go in and it shows you how to do it all. And I know we've got an escape room style stuff coming up soon. Let's see. QR break-ins. I just did one of these, how cool is this? They do a QR break-in. I actually did one with a board game with my teachers called Google Classroom, Operation Google Classroom, and I used Operation game boards. So much fun. Unfortunately, it was like 2 weeks before we all got sent home thanks to this pandemic, so I don't know when I'll be able to bring those board games back out. But this gave me so much inspiration to not only use some of his stuff, but to make some of it my own. So I really am a huge fan of this. I bought the book. I plan on reading it this summer. And then hopefully it'll be so great, I'll do a training on it or something. Others, Slides Carnival is very similar to these up here. It's just one more resource. All right, I recently added these helpful sites. Unscreened removes the video background from your videos. That is really nice, especially if you don't have, you've got a hot mess going on behind you and you want to video yourself. Take that background out, put yourself somewhere else. That is a really, really helpful website. Remove.bg removes the image background. You can also do it in PowerPoint, and I have a little session here that shows how to do it, but I tell you what, that sucker works really well and really fast. So that is my preferred way to do things now. Melissa O is a teacher on the Bitmoji site. She has these ability Bitmojis. Because the Bitmojis don't come with wheelchairs or anything like that. So she has this slide deck where you can pull off the different colored wheelchairs, you can pull off crutches, all kinds of stuff. So if you wanted to customize your classroom based on you, or if you wanted to add your students in there, one of their assignments is they have to make a Bitmoji or something like that. You can put them in a wheelchair or on crutches or whatever. So I thought this was fantastic and much needed. Down here are some YouTube tutorials, how to add a scene to Seesaw, how to do it in Schoology, how to add it to Canvas, because that's a lot of questions we were getting. And you can do it, you just gotta know how. So here's the links to do all that. And then ChatterPix is an app that you draw a line on a picture and then it talks and it records you. So you can actually make your Bitmojis talk using your voice with ChatterPix. There's a few other ones that are similar, but I like ChatterPix just because it's cute. Okay. Thank you for coming. I do have another slide I want to show you after this one. This is me on my Golden Girls couch. This is my Twitter, at LaverneNicky. I have a website, gadgetsandglitter.com. I love glitter. And then that's my email. I am all about talking to people. So if you have questions for me, or you come up with a really cool idea, or you want to show me your interactive classroom, please do. So many people from the last presentation sent me theirs, and I'm like, I got so many ideas. So it's been phenomenal, and I've appreciated them reaching out to me and sharing their stuff. So please do, don't hesitate. I'm a friendly person, I like to think. So talk to me. Also up here, I've got more interactive stuff. All these things. A cat will purr at you. I also made, and I just kind of threw it at the end because I love it so much, is this. It's my relaxation therapy. Sometimes it's a little amped up. So in here, all kinds of little hidden relaxation stuff. The box one might be my favorite. Click on it, and it's going to bring you to Bubble Pop. I'll tell you what, that's addicting. Right? Okay, I'm going to get out so that I don't do the whole thing and drive you crazy, but it's there if you want to use it and you want to put it in for your students. All kinds of different things in here. So feel free to click around, play, all that stuff. It's here for you to use. Take the template. Okay. Okay, Miss Georgina, I think that kind of wraps it up. If you want to take back over and we can tackle any questions that we have.
Oh my goodness. Can we please get some major love in the YouTube chat for Nikki, who has absolutely blown us away with her outstanding googliness today, all the way from South Louisiana. Let's give her a round of applause, people. I want to see some love in that chat, please, for Nikki. Oh, wow. Nikki, amazing. So we had so much love for your presentation in the chat. People were talking about, wow, they just phenomenal. And this is brand new down here in Jordan, Nikki. So we are just, in the Middle East getting our feet wet with technology integration. So you have literally whoa, mind blown people.
So what? It's hard to not have people to look at. So I don't know, I can't read the room. So glad.
Yeah, there are loads of hearts. So you have some friends joining you from Louisiana. We have Dana, Amanda Jones, I think she says she works with you, is in the house. Yeah. And Stuart's joining us from the UK. Abid is here from GEG UK as well. Dana is sending you lots of hearts. Muhammad's here from Pakistan. He says, brilliant, Nikki. Woohoo! So it's been a super, super exciting show. Nikki, we had a couple questions in the chat, and it looks like a couple of your colleagues were able to answer because obviously you've done so much amazing training with them. But I just want to shout it out in case you wanted to add to them, okay? So one of the questions that came up was, how do we move an image to the front or back? So talking about the layers in the interactive classroom. And Dana or somebody else, sorry if I missed the name, mentioned that you could right click. I don't know if you want to add anything to that and then choose as well.
Oh yeah, let's I'm going to share my screen again and show you.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, So one of my pet peeves is when you want something to go somewhere and it's just not where you need it. Okay, so let me find a good example. Here we go. Okay, this poster, I need to go behind this, okay? You can right click on it and hit order, bring to front, bring backward. Look, you hit the control button and arrows also kind of do it. Send it back, and there it is. You can also do it, honestly, that's the easiest way to do it, if I'm being, order, bring to front, bring forward. There's other ways up here to do it, but this one's so much easier. So she's right, right click, and then order. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing so you can hit me with the other question.
Yeah, the other question was about how are we going to get your wonderful resources that you have been so kind to share. So I know that you have gone ahead and added those to your slide deck, right, Nikki?
Right, everything in there is clickable.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the slide deck now in the chat so everybody can join today's presentation and you can get that information from the slide deck. So just 1 second while I drop that. There we go. Woohoo! Okay, so please let me know if you can click on that, and you will be able to get everything on the slide deck that you see behind me and Nikki is in there. So she's dropped all her resources, and all you need to do literally is click here on the image of her awesome virtual classroom, and you'll find that her interactive classrooms presentation is linked there. And all of the resources that you saw her share today are inside that slide deck. And she's also, thank you so much, Nikki, for sharing everything. The teachers are just going to have a phenomenal time building their virtual classrooms. Yes. So there's the Facebook link, Slides Mania is on there as well. So do click on those. And Nikki, I wanted to also say that some people were sharing in the chat about, like Stuart was sharing from GEG UK, that he used Bitmoji Classroom to build a virtual library for his staff. I was so impressed. What do you think about that?
I flippin' love it.
So cool, right?
That's so cool. So cool.
Also, Stuart shouts out that, Nikki, you're obviously Team Grid View. I don't know if you want to comment on that, Nikki, actually.
I am going to remain in the middle. No opinion.
Wow. I have never heard about that. Can you sit in the middle? We need to ask Abid. Abid's in the chat from GEG UK. Nikki, we need to check with him from the other side of the line, which is Team List View, and see if it is acceptable to sit in the middle. Nikki, I don't know. This is getting in rocky water, man. We are going to find out soon. Okay, so there is...
People pleaser.
Sorry?
I said I'm a people pleaser. I can't pick sides.
There you go. It's a safe place to be, I think. Stephanie's from GEG Ohio says she's Team Grid View, and shout out to Global GEG as well. If you are watching and you would like to connect with more awesome global educators like Nikki and GEG South Louisiana, then please connect with Global GEG. Stephanie, if you'd like to drop your Global GEG link in the chat, then people can connect with everybody that way. And Nikki, I would like to ask you who you would like to shout out to tonight. Please feel free to give a shout out to anybody you like.
You know, this whole presenting thing via Google is so new to me, and it was terrifying. And Bonnie Chalette from the South Louisiana Google group is such an encourager, and she's like, you need to do it, you would be great. And you know, she really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and so I just love her.
I have to second that. Bonnie has been a super duper inspiration. You know, working with her and supporting the whole global GEG when our GEGs unite. So big shout out to Bonnie. I totally agree. And if you would like to connect with GEG Louisiana, I am also going South Louisiana, sorry, GEG South Louisiana. I'm also going to drop that for you in the chat. So here is GEG South LA Twitter so you can connect with them. Nope, that was the wrong one. Stand by. I dropped the slide deck again. That's okay. The clipboard gets tricky after you've got a few windows open, Nikki, let me tell you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. And I would like to remind everybody that on today's slide deck, you are able to click on the bit.ly for Tip Tuesday. So if you'd like to have access to these wonderful resources shared by GEG Aman team, as well as our guest Googlers, then please make sure you follow along with the Tip Tuesday link. And since we are such a global Grow with Google community, we would love to collaborate with more Googlers internationally from around the world. So please do go ahead and click on the GEG Aman logo. In the slide deck behind me, you will find the GEG Aman registration form if you would like to join us and get our events so that you can collaborate with other amazing international Googlers like Nikki and the rest of GEG Aman. We would love to have you. And definitely encourage everybody. So Nikki, I would like to say one last time, thank you so much again for being part of GEG Aman's Tip Tuesday. We are so honored to have your expertise, and I learned loads of new things. That little tip, that little tip about the underscore pop-up in the middle of the link.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite.
Mind blown. Yeah. Number 2, Nikki, if you watch the YouTube replay of this show later, you're going to be like, Georgina is in cat mode. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Number 2. Oh my goodness. Number 3. I think I drove the chat people crazy today, but there is just so much goodness, googly goodness on here. So thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to join us all the way from South Louisiana in America. We're so grateful.
I was honored you asked, so thanks.
Yay, so exciting. And for everybody who's watching, please go ahead and feel free to join us on Sunday for our Google Meetup check-in. So check out our Twitter and Facebook group in order to get the link if you'd like to check in and just chat. It's a super relaxed time. And then every Tuesday, including next Tuesday, we have our Tip Tuesday again. So we look forward to seeing everybody there. So thank you everyone who joined from around the world for taking time out of your busy day. The end of the school year, I'm sure Nikki will agree, is a super crazy busy time for everybody. So thank you to everybody who joined today. And we appreciate everything you're doing for educators locally as well as globally. So we appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now, guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.